I'm about to give this little new lens a go. The Lightdow, as you can tell, manual focus, 35mm F1.7, there we go. APS-C lens for the Sony a6300. I am at F1.7 right now with focus as tight as possible. So that is the closest focusing distance. But anyways, new lens, same old camera. I wanted to try this out and see how well it performed in low light as its first test. Recently did the Sigma 16mm F1.4, and that was pretty impressive. In that video test, the only thing I'd say is, because it's the same situation, two different things. That building's lights off, or not as well lit, and the pool's not lit anymore. As I move to a better lit spot here, let's talk a little more about this lens and why I picked it up. This lens costs about $400 less than the Sigma, yet I'd be willing to bet it's almost as good in low light. The Sigma 16mm F1.4, which is known as like probably one of the best, if not the best, value lens you can get for the Sony a6300. For solely low light and good autofocusing, I already had the Sony 50mm F1.8, I believe it is, and I got that for a little under $200, and that's a perfect bokeh lens. It's great in low light, and it's got fantastic autofocus, so I didn't need something that had those qualities again. Thought was at first to get with that Sigma, having that same quality of the 50mm but in a 16mm body without spending too much and still having great low light performance, of course. So looking through my viewfinder here, this looks a little better than what I can see, especially being right under this light here and looking out there. You can see that's not lit at all. I have focus peaking on, so that's how I can tell what's in and not in focus. You can see the little helicopter up there, and I see the focus peaking on that. And that, what's that? Oh, that's the moon. Looks so funny like that. So these are not real world situations, I'd say, for the tests. These are extreme low light tests, just to see how well does this lens perform. Again, I got this for about $50. There's a coupon on it right now. It's normally about like $88, and I had like $30 off, so I got it for like $48 or $50. Right now, I have it set to infinity at f1.4. I'm noticing some lens flares over there where you see my finger. I'm noticing that. That's pretty strong. Ooh, especially right here, completely blown out. And that's because there's that light. Get away, and then it's gone. Light source being there, trying to film that. Obviously, this isn't a very practical situation to test the lens in. Again, extremely low light. You see that flare there again. But it kind of shows just how good of performance you can get in a little lens like this for only 50 bucks. I am super impressed. So again, my justification for getting rid of the Sigma was that it didn't really offer anything else that my current arsenal didn't have. So for wide angles, I still had the 16 to 50mm. When I wanted low light and really nice bokeh, I had the 50mm. So I thought I might as well save that money, perhaps invest it to some future gear. I kind of did towards getting the new DJI Mavic Pro 2, which I'll have some more content on, my opinions on that in the future, as well as comparing it to the first one, which I haven't really seen too many good comparisons on. If you're good with manual, then this is fantastic. Yes, it's not f1.4, it's f1.7, but I'm still getting great results here in low light. A manual lens is great to start and learn on because it encourages you to use all the camera settings, understand how they work together. Like, even though I've had this a6300 for about like 2 years now, I'd say I'm still like learning a lot about it and its limitations and how far I can push it now that I have the a6300 with the manual lens. That's a weird way to phrase it. Now that I have the a6300, well, I had it. Focus wheel isn't that great. The quality of the lens isn't that great. It does feel a little cheap. I did notice plastic manufacturing issues, I'd say, as well as the labels on the lens itself, like your f-stop, are a little faded already, but I'm not even that concerned with it. I'm not even looking at it. My bike was missing. I'm like, where'd my bike go? Someone stole my bike. Turns out I left it in my car. It's in me car. One calls the cops on me thinking this looks a little suspicious. Oh, that looks so nice just like that, but let's get it in focus. Focus. Oh, keep that in line. Oh, I bet that looks sick. It's hard to get that fast focusing because you gotta crank up a lot. I guess it's not that bad. Let's try it. I'd definitely recommend looking right in the viewfinder when trying to do this. Lens flares coming in again. It's kind of artistic, but kind of annoying as well. Lens flares are real. Michael Bay over here. I'm seeing some flickering there that I'm not sure where that's from. I think it might be that light source, which I can't see, the human eye can't see, but this is picking it up. Auto ISO between 200 to 1600. This is a great value lens. At about $50, can it be beat? I don't really think so. The kit lens for maybe about 120, 150. I'm probably always gonna keep that in my arsenal as long as I have the 1600, a6300, excuse me. But I'm very happy with it so far. I don't think I'll be returning this. If you're looking for a cheap low light lens and you don't mind manual, again, this is a great option. The other thing, obviously with this lens that you're seeing right now, is there is no stabilization. Using the a6300, you don't have in-body stabilization either. So not really a vloggy kind of camera or lens. And it's definitely not really wide enough that you could turn it around and vlog like that. Obviously not like this. I guess it'd be more like this. Plus I have no idea if my face is in focus because it's a manual lens. No idea. Which is actually another reason why I got rid of the Sigma 16. Didn't have stabilization like the Sony lenses do. That ISO 200, way nicer. I can see this better than what the camera can. Let's bump it up. 1000, 1250, 1600, 2000, 2500, 3200. That sees it better than I do. 4000, it's going to be very grainy. 5000, 6400. Yeah, so a lot of the shots were at 6400, so I'll bet you see a lot of grains in the shadows there. 8000, 10,000, 1280, or 12,800, 16,000, 20,000, 25,600. That's 200, 250, 320, 400, 500, 640, 800, 1,000, 1250, 1600. I want to see what I can do at just ISO 500. 200, and then this is actually probably too extreme for this situation. 500 would probably do fine. That's about what I see. Maybe 800 is a little closer to what I see. I like that. Keep it at that. Remember that when you have everything set in auto and you're using an auto for an autofocus lens and things like that, you don't really always get the results you want, and you don't really realize how well you can fine-tune it to just get some better videos or photos than you normally would if you just had the camera decide what it thinks is important. Manual focus lens probably isn't the best if you're trying to put it on a glide cam or a gimbal. For obvious reasons, you're gonna make the thing shake and wobble all the time when you're trying to adjust it. That said, if you're gonna stay the same distance away from your subject, or if you're just gonna set it to infinity and just work with it that way, that's fine. So bumping up the ISO only makes things brighter than what the human eye can see, which isn't necessary, to be completely honest. I almost want to always cap it at 800 now, maybe. And with that, I'm just going to try to retake some of these extremely low light shots. Man, I really wish I did this with the Sigma now, just so I had more of a good comparison for you guys. Hopefully that's given you plenty of good examples to see how well this lens performs and if it's going to be to your liking. Is it perfect? No. Is it as good as a G-series lens? No. But it's at a fraction of the cost, so always keep that in mind, especially if you're on a budget. Go ahead and leave it there. Hopefully this was a good example, a good comparison for you, or a good overview of what this lens is capable of. Again, about $50. Use that coupon code if it's still valid by the time this video is up. If not, at about $80, I'd say this is still a pretty good lens to try out at least. Get it with Prime. If you don't like it, return it. I'll leave the link down below for all my gear as always. Dudes and dudettes, bye. Darkness.